Sai Ram. Recently, I was watching a beautiful Telugu movie on the life of the saint and composer Annamacharya. Now, this movie has a beautiful and grand climax in which Saint Annamacharya decides that he has had enough with this body-mind complex. He wants to become one with his beloved Lord Venkateshwara at Tirupati. He gathers all the 32,000 kirtanas that he has written in praise of his Lord, that he has composed as an outpouring of his love and devotion. And he walks up the hill and into the temple of his beloved. And then, much to his delight, the Lord himself is there waiting to welcome him. Annamacharya is unable to believe his eyes. He wonders whether this is his imagination or whether this is a delusion. He asks, Lord, is that really you? Have you come to grant me darshan? I am so happy, Lord. I wanted to meet you. I want to become one with you. Here, take all these kirtanas. This is my life's effort. In return, just give me a place in your heart forever. At that time, Lord Venkateshwara atop the hill of Tirumala asks Annamacharya, why do you want to give up this life? I shall bless you with eternal youth. The way I am, so will you be. Continue on in this beautiful life. I will fill you with all the pleasures, all the luxuries, everything in life. Don't seek merger. Enjoy and be alive. And then Annamacharya thinks in his mind, Arey, your divine drama doesn't stop at all, O Lord. He says, why do you do this? Why do you tempt me with desires? I am not going to get tempted. I don't want. I know what trick you are doing. And then an emotional Lord Venkateshwara says, Annamacharya, this is no trick. Annamaya, this is not a trick. I am just telling you to live on because I have enjoyed your songs for so many decades. Who will sing for me, Annamaya? Who will sing for me if you become one with me? Oh my God. The eyes become moist. The heart wells up listening to these beautiful words of yearning and pining of a Lord for the devotee. Swami says, I separated myself from myself so that I can love myself. This is so true. We are indeed blessed because when it comes to Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, there have been several such singers, several such saint singers who have adorned the lotus feet of the Lord. We are blessed to know a few of them, and we know that it is very special because it appears as if the sole purpose of their lives was to sing for Swami. In this video, we shall see glimpses of the life of one such blessed saint singer devotee, a devotee by name Mr. Mohan Rao. Mr. Mohan Rao was a devotee of Sai Baba of Shirdi Sai Baba, and every year he would travel as a pilgrimage to Shirdi and sing directly in the main temple, in the sanctum sanctorum. He would sing bhajans for Baba. I think Baba missed his singing, Sathya Sai Baba, our Swami, and he wanted him back in his darbar, I think. Not just in the Shirdi darbar. He didn't want only the Shirdi form to enjoy his singing. He also wanted to enjoy, and that's why during one of the visits when he went to Shirdi, Mr. Mohan Rao got to know about Sathya Sai Baba. He was told that it is a reincarnation of Shirdi Baba in Puttaparthi, and therefore that visit he decided to travel straight from Shirdi to Puttaparthi. You see, he was not a man of multiple and rich means. He could not afford frequent travel, and therefore, to minimize the travel cost, he decided to go home via Puttaparthi. and thus he landed in Prashantinilayam, Puttaparthi in the early 1960s. When he entered the hallowed grounds of the mandir, Swami was standing on the balcony of the mandir and he was conversing with some of the devotees below. And as Mr. Mohan Rao entered his presence, Swami looks at him and very lovingly welcomes him. He calls him Nayana. Nayana is the Telugu word for dear child. He says, "Dear child, you have come from Shirdi, right? Welcome, welcome." And that statement from Bhagawan was enough to floor Mr. Mohan Rao. He had not told anybody, even his closest family members did not know that he was going to Puttaparthi, and nobody in Puttaparthi knew that he was arriving from Shirdi. And here was Swami telling that. Swami did not stop there. Swami told him, in this mandir, anytime you want, whenever you are here, you are free to sing bhajans. That was another point that struck him deeply in the heart. He had the privilege of sitting in the Shirdi temple and singing whenever he went there. The same privilege was extended to him during his very first visit to Prashantinilayam, Puttaparthi. And for decades after that, almost 40 to 45 years, he has sung and sung many bhajans, composed many bhajans. Unfortunately, we don't have high quality recordings, but here is a brief taste of his singing.
Narayana Govinda Hare, Narayana Govinda Hare, Narayana Gopala Hare, Narayana Gopala Hare, Shantakara Bhujanga Sejana,
After retiring from the Indian Railways where he worked, Mr. Mohan Rao left home, hearth, family, everything and settled permanently in Prashantinilayam and sung on a daily basis. In fact, during the morning bhajans, when the students would not be there, he would sing the entire session. Yes. In fact, brother Srinivasulu, who is currently the editor for the Telugu version of the Sanatana Sarathi in Prashantinilayam, and a beautiful singer and an even more beautiful personality and human being. Maybe he is also one such singer that the Lord brought along with him as he came as an avatar to sing for him. His stories are possibly subject for another video, but brother Srinivasulu narrates how he would be there, because he was waiting. He was a waiting boy, waiting for Swami to give him some job or some service opportunity in the ashram, having completed his education. He waited for 7 years before Swami gave him a job and a role in the Books Trust. But when he was there waiting, every morning he would sing with Mohan Rao Sir, and Mr. Mohan Rao, he did not like to, make gymnastics in the harmonium. He would hold just one key, one note, and the entire session, all the bhajans would be on that single note. In fact, he would ask brother Srinivasulu, "Sino, which pitch shall we choose for bhajans today?" It was not what bhajans shall we select today, it is which pitch shall we select today, and we'll sing all the bhajans in that pitch. He has sung so many bhajans, he has kept singing. But before he retired, he wanted to come to Puttaparthi as often as he could. Of course, he could not afford it. Since he was in the railways, he had one free pass allowed, and he would use that to come to Puttaparthi. But when he wanted to come for the second time, what to do? He was desperate, and desperate times calls for desperate measures. He would take a blade, and back in those days on the pass there would be a signature by the ticket collector, the ticket officer, saying that this pass has been used. He would slowly scrape with the blade and remove the layers of paper so that it would look like there is no signature, so that he could use the same pass for a second time. He did that. The first time that he did it, that was possibly the only time that he did it, because when he came, Swami immediately reprimanded him, and Swami asked, "What did you do?" He had totally forgotten what he had done. He said, "Swami, what did I do?" Swami said, "Do you want to stay in your job or do you want to be thrown out?" "Why, Swami? Is that the way you come to Prashanti Nilayam and Puttaparthi, erasing that signature?" That is when he realized the omniscience of Bhagawan. You know, whatever be our goal, when the goal is dharma, that is righteousness, it has to be achieved by dharmic means only. One cannot achieve dharma through adharmic means. The means being adharmic will pollute the ends and goal it also. Adharmic means lead to adharmic ends. That was a lesson that was learnt by Mr. Mohan Rao, and that only built his yearning more and more till he could permanently settle in Prashanti Nilayam. It is said the manner in which a person dies or leaves behind the body is an indicator of the kind of life the person has lived. When it comes to Sri Mohan Rao, his ultimate end happened in a most beautiful and divine manner. But before we go to that, it is apt that we go through two other Leelas and Mahimas that happened between Bhagawan the Lord and this devotee. And for that, I feel that it is worth having an entire second part. So don't forget to watch the second part of the life story of Sri Mohan Rao. And I would like to conclude this part with a humble prayer. Dear Swami, may our love for you keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.